Hi everyone, it's Ferdinand the Cardboard Sacker again with another set of the week, and this time we're going to look at super fighting robots in Mechanical Numerical Masters. We're going to just dive right into these cards. So our first card is Void, which has an ongoing effect that gives you 11 for when a card next to it is flipped. So you're looking at a maximum of 22 RP if you just don't move this card around. So as you can able to move these cards around and do different flip effects, you can get pretty good substantial RP out of this card. Next card is a M.N.M Robotic Assistant Cascade, and that has a play effect. Our next card is a M.N.M Robotic Assistant Cascade, in which has a play effect that you attach a card which goes along with her ongoing effect. And so that ongoing effect is that all cards that in your hand and tableau become the element and types of that attached card in addition to their other types that they already have. Now this works as a double-edged sword that can kind of benefit you or can demerit you from if your opponents know what you're doing. Now you can kind of go with play cards that would go with elements and types, especially with mono decks. Kind of help you there. Will still work at the end of the tournament by scoring, but as I said, as a double-edged sword, opponents can look at that and just kind of shut you down with those kind of elements and types that you have played with her. Now a lot of cards do work with her, but I'll mention that a little later. Next card is the wily Dr. Riley, in which when you play him, flips one of your construct cards, and then you gain RP 3 times as much as its star ranking, and everyone has to flip a card down lower than its star ranking of the card you just flipped. Of course, you can build star rankings up to get more out of this card, especially when it's 3 times, so it's well worth it to build your star rankings up of the card you're trying to build. Now I think it's worthwhile to build up star ranking for the card you're going to flip because it is a 3 times value of that star ranking. Now this set has enough constructs, you just go ahead and flip, and their abilities for those cards are just either play effects or some ongoing if you want to shut it off, especially with the M.N.M Robotic Assistant. So you can either find cards somewhere else to flip, or you can use one of these cards in the same set. You can also plan out its last effect by lowering the star rankings of a construct you want to flip, hopefully that you can look in other players' tableaus of a card that you do want to flip in there. And next we have Arm Blaster Man 1 that has a play effect, clash with an opponent, and then the winner gets to flip the one of the loser's card and gain twice its star ranking. So this is a very aggressive card if you're able to pull it off. If the opponent wins, then they can flip this card and gain 14 RP. But if you're seeing your opponent playing a high star ranking card that's kind of like in the back of their tableau, this is a good time to play that card. And finally, the super rare is the evil Dr. Sai. I really hate this card because my friend always gets it and he always pulls this really awful combo with it, which I will mention very soon. But it does have that really mean effect, and that is it's a top effect that players will play their hand randomly. That's also including the player who played him when it gets back to its turn. So if you are using this card, you can really screw up people's play style by just playing this card first. So people who want to set up their tableaus at the very beginning of the tournament, this is the way to just knock them off and just keep them off the RP as much as you can. And so with its really mean effect, I'm going to give this my number 1 meanest card in all of Millennium Blades. And the deck box for this set is Super Effective Secret Weapon that has an ongoing effect that you get +1 on clashes for each face down card you have, and it has a score ability that allows you to copy a score effect up to 40 max RP. This is a great deck box for clashes, also a better version of another deck box that you can find in the core set called Power Play. To talk about synergy about this set, I think while it is a mixed bag of effects, I think you can pull out some interesting combos with it. You can use M.N.M Robotic Assistant Cascade with the wily Dr. Riley, and you can use Void with Arm Blaster Man Y. Of course, the evil Dr. Sai doesn't really have anything he can work with, it's just a really mean card to play. Now moving on to versatility, and if you watch our playthrough video of Millennium Blades, You understand that super combo with Dr. Sai and the Lunchbox. The Lunchbox allows you to skip your turn, so that means you don't have to play cards and you don't have to play a card before you play an action. Therefore, you can keep evil Dr. Sai out for another turn, really making people angry with that. If you're looking for a construct with Wily Dr. Riley, you may have to look somewhere else. The highest star ranking construct in the core set is only 6 star ranking, so you can only score up to 18 RP, so you may have to look somewhere else to get a better deal off of that. You can use Rocketman Kiv with Void, so you can switch places with her and score more RP that way. And super effective secret weapon goes well with Hellbane. And now looking at different kinds of cards from different sets and compatibility, I think M.N.M Robotic Assistant Cascade goes well with a lot of cards. Personally, I like to pair her up with the Rubber Duckies, Pandora's Box, and the Underlords of Megapolis. The 2 cards you want to be worried about if you're playing with her are from Vex and Sunset Striders. There are 2 cards both in Sunset Striders that will cause you to flip cards based on its element and type. Now as for cards from Vex, you want to be very wary of Vex Meteor and Uranus, who will shut your whole tableau down based on either elements or types. And for all you clashes out there, you can pair up super effective weapon with Fist of Steel, and you can support it with Samurai Mowdown. And so with that, we close another set. So if you have any opinions or you want to share some of your combos that you found with this set, let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to give me a like. It always encourages me to make more Millennium Blades videos. And don't forget to subscribe so you can stay up to date with all the Millennium videos that I release. So until next time, see you later, Bladers.